words like the words love, peace, and unity to conceal their real agenda, which is not so peaceful and loving, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sahabat-sahabat Takwa Channel yang dirahmati Allah, adakah di antara sahabat-sahabat yang menyadari ya kondisi saat ini yang saya nggak tahu, mungkin masing-masing orang bisa merasakan perbedaan yang signifikan, bahwa di kondisi saat ini kecenderungan banyak manusia yang sangat mudah untuk melakukan dosa dan sulit sekali membedakan mana yang haram, mana yang halal, dan godaan akhir zaman itu benar-benar sangat sudah terasa. Selain itu, banyak kemudahan-kemudahan yang membuat kita semakin merasakan bahwa waktu itu semakin sempit, waktu itu semakin pendek, waktu itu semakin cepat, dan segala sesuatunya dapat dengan mudah dijangkau, entah pergi, entah satu tempat ke tempat yang lainnya, atau yang sejenisnya. Nah, saya di postingan kali ini ingin menampilkan atau mereaksikan ada sebuah cuplikan dokumenter yang menurut saya sangat bagus sekali dan sangat erat sekali relevansinya dengan kondisi akhir zaman saat ini. Tanpa banyak basa-basi, yuk kita lihat sama-sama ya, lihat cuplikan dokumenter ini yang memang saya dapatkan secara tidak sengaja, tapi layak untuk saya share untuk menambah wawasan kita dan mawas diri di akhir zaman ini tentunya.
Spiritual war going on, and we are all a part of it. But most of us are unaware, asleep. And while we sleep, thoughts are being planted into our subconscious mind, ideas which we think are our own, like in the movie Inception. This is happening on a mass scale, a mass inception. It is happening worldwide to every human being. It's time to wake up.
On this episode of the Dunya Deception, we will discuss who is doing all this, what secret society, or should I say secret kingdom, could be involved, and we will see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Let's talk about what their goal is and how they control the masses. They impact everything that goes on Earth. What is this power that controls and manages the world? Ever think, who are the leaders of the world? The President of the United States of America? The Queen of England? The Prime Minister? The kings of the world? No. These are just the actors.
Trump is the equivalent of a Hollywood actor.
They are the ones we are allowed to see by the ones who are really in charge.
Do not speak his name.
Maybe it's the bankers. Those who control the money control the world. The richest people on the planet are not who we think they are. They prefer to be unknown. You think Bill Gates is on top? Think again. There are those that are above him, and their finances are unlimited. But who do they answer to? Who do they take their orders from?
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We have all heard of them. They go by many names. The elite, the deep state, the cabal, the army of Satan, the Illuminati. But do we know how this secret society really works and how they are controlling the masses and what their final goal is?
The opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
This is the Illuminati pyramid structure, the Dunya Deception. At the top of the pyramid, you have the elite, the families who are running the world, the Dunya. Their goal is to create a one world government and depopulate the earth by more than half of the world's population so that the elite can have more for themselves, more power, more money, more food, water, resources that we, the sheep or the cattle, are consuming unnecessarily in their opinion because we are just that, sheep, unimportant, unworthy, not good enough. Does this sound a little too familiar?
Their ultimate goal is to set the stage for the Antichrist, or as Muslims call him, the Dajjal. Keep us busy and enslaved so that we don't question what is happening around the world, so that the elite can be free to do what they want with the least resistance from the sheep. Who are the elite? They are at the top, and we, the sheep, are at the bottom.
The pyramid structure is how the earth is controlled. It is the matrix system, or what Muslims call the Dajjal system. You can see where the Dajjal stands in this pyramid rank, the all-seeing eye hovering at the top of the pyramid. At the moment, the pyramid is incomplete. That is why the eye is hovering above it. When the Antichrist, or Dajjal, reveals himself, the pyramid will be complete.
Part of the pyramid hierarchy, you will find the Committee of 300. Within this committee, there are the most powerful people on the planet. They have their hands in almost everything because of their financial means, from the biggest banks, the top universities, organizations, corporations, and institutions, science, technology, and media. This includes newspapers, magazines, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, and much more. The elite are all awaiting his arrival. The ones who the elite control, the top celebrities, musicians, and Hollywood, are all part of the mass inception that is happening. They are all part of the dunya deception, where an idea is planted so deep in your subconscious mind that you believe that the idea is yours to begin with. This is what is happening on a mass scale, worldwide. We are being programmed and we don't even know it. Our subconscious mind is being programmed through subliminal messages. What methods do they use? The elite use the media to do this. Why? Because everyone has a TV in their house and an iPhone in their pocket. They can reach most of the population just through the TV in our living rooms and the iPhone that is glued to our faces. With the use of Facebook, Twitter, Google, magazines, newspapers, the music industry, Hollywood, yes, and Bollywood, the education system, the government, etc. They have got us hooked.
A lot of the subliminal messages are what we call preemptive or predictive programming, which the elite use to prepare the masses for their future plans, so that when the future event takes place, we are numbed down enough to not react as much as we would if we were not programmed. We would think that there are countless companies that run the media corporations, but that is far from the truth. There are only 6 major companies that control the media, and they are part of the Committee of 300. News Corp, Time Warner, GE, CBS, Viacom, and the 6th. Now this will be hard to hear for a lot of people, but Disney is one of the 6 companies who own a lot of the media corporations, including Marvel Studios. Think this is crazy? The truth is stranger than fiction, my brothers and sisters. Research for yourselves. And they don't just control the media, they control our food. Only 10 companies own the food we eat from supermarkets.
The Committee of 300 control the government, energy, water, banks. They even control some of the religious foundations and a lot of the school and university curriculum. Most of the people that are in charge are shaping our society, and then they report back to the Committee of 300, who are made up of royalty and the most powerful families on earth, presidents and bankers, heads of universities and CEOs of companies, and of course, government leaders. There are secret societies that we have all heard of, like the Freemasons and the Skull and Bone Society. They are all part of the Illuminati. Bear in mind that the Committee of 300 are not at the top of the pyramid. There are 13 powerful families that they report to, and of course we should all have a feeling by now who these 13 families report to.
These families have done a lot to get to where they are. Ever heard of the term sold their soul to the devil? This is literally what they have done for power. They worship Iblis. He goes by many names. Iblis is the Arabic name. He also goes by Lucifer, Satan, Baphomet, Baal, the devil, Shaitan, etc. And don't think he just goes by a male name. If you see the picture of the Baphomet, he is both male and female here. We also have the name Lucy, which he uses. Iblis is planning for the arrival of the Dajjal, and he is setting the stage using the humans he can control to complete this stage. Sounds crazy? Well,
the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
The ultimate goal of Iblis is to corrupt mankind and lead us all to hell because he deems us unworthy. We all know the story of Adam alayhi salam, how Iblis did not bow down to Adam alayhi salam when commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all the angels bowed down. But Iblis, being a jinn who has free will, did not, because he exclaimed, "I am better than him." Now note, this prostration was a prostration of respect and not of worship. Allah then banished Iblis from the assembly of angels because of his pride and disobedience. Well, this did not sit very well with Iblis, and he announced that he will lead all of mankind astray until the end of days. Allah gave him until the hour commences, which is midnight at the commencement of Judgment Day. Please watch our video on Allah and the cosmos to understand how time works relative to the cosmos. So after Iblis basically declared war on mankind, Allah said that Iblis will not be able to corrupt the righteous servants of God.
Iblis is part of our test in this life, and we do not realize that his footsteps are everywhere. When a lot of us think about the devil, we think that he is this old fool, not doing much and just whispering in our ears. Yes, this is in a way true. All he can do is whisper. But for the humans listening and acting on his whispers, now they have the ability to corrupt the world because they have human abilities. Humans can do more than just whisper. So control the elite and the devil controls the world.
So he needs humans to do his bidding. He has managed to corrupt the most powerful men and women on the planet by using their desire for fame, fortune, and power. The elite believe that they are special. The 13 families, or the Council of 13, believe that they are the best of mankind and have the best genetics. They refer to themselves as pure blood.
We think they're better than everyone else because of what people call pure blood.
Their bloodline means everything to them. That is why they keep all things close within the family. They believe that they are the true bloodline of Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. If you do not have their blood flowing through your veins, you are deemed unworthy. They literally believe that they are demigods, and the devil, Iblis, Lucifer, is their god. They worship the devil.
They deem themselves as the best race, yes, like Hitler, not just to rule, but to basically be alive. It's all about survival of the fittest, but a lot of the times they literally make it so that the weak do not survive, so that they can have more. They want the world's population to decrease. They want to maintain a population of 500 million. They do this by a number of methods, which we will go into in another episode.
The New World Order is their ultimate goal. One world order, one world religion, Luciferianism. They will control the rest of the sheep that are left after their depopulation agenda. They have many methods that are in play, but most of mankind are too asleep to realize.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth?
In part 1, we exposed the structure of the pyramid and looked into the Committee of 300 and the companies they control. On this second episode of the Dunya Deception series, we will go further into the rabbit hole and expose the methods of the Committee of 300 and how they are trying to pave the way for the New World Order.
It is staggering how practically everything around us that we see and hear is being manipulated. It's almost like as if the masses are under some kind of a hypnotic trance. The committee use subliminal messages, secret handshakes, and symbolism. A lot of the time it's right in front of our eyes. They use words, good words, like the words love, peace, and unity to conceal their real agenda, which is not so peaceful and loving. A wolf in sheep's clothing. The scariest thing is that most of us have already been programmed for our entire lives, and a lot of us are not ready to be unplugged.
Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
They have plans, big plans to bring about the New World Order, to set the stage for the Antichrist. Many things have to go in the direction of total world domination. In their book, Illuminati Agenda 21, Dean and Jill Henderson quoted the following: "In order to give the Goyim, cattle, no time to think and take note, their minds must be diverted towards industry and trade. Thus all nations will be swallowed up in the pursuit of gain and will not take note of their common foe. But again, in order that freedom may once and for all disintegrate and ruin the communities of Goyim, we must put industry on a speculative basis, the result of which will be that what is withdrawn from the land by the industry will slip through their hands and pass into speculation, that is, to our classes." A major part of their plan is to depopulate the earth. They want to decrease the earth's population by 70%.
We mentioned in part 1 of the Dunya Deception series that they have many methods in play. Their methods for bringing about the New World Order include infiltrating government and politics, the media, the global economy, the environment, social welfare, technology, the field of medicine, science, education, and religion.
Their methods in government and politics include: 1. Secretly promote communism around the world.
2. Create wars, genocide, diseases, and famines. A lot of people believe they were behind the manifestation of the AIDS virus.
3. Create false charity organizations. There are some charity organizations that are part of the Committee of 300, and we think the money is going to the needy, where in fact it is going straight into the pockets of the elite.
4. They spread and finance terrorism. As we all know, many people claim 9/11 to be an inside job.
5. Take control of governments, including the voting system, selecting the leaders, the agenda, etc.
6. Destroy all governments from the inside and corrupt the system.
7. Spread contraception and legalize abortion to control population. Every year, 46 million legal abortions take place.
8. Promote violence and create more murderers.
They use the media to: 1. Increase the use of drugs, alcohol, and pornography to demoralize society, and at the same time, increase finances for the elite whilst decreasing population through overdose, suicides, etc.
2. Control thoughts of people through subliminal messages, use of music, Hollywood, and AI technology.
3. Keep the population in a state of fear and anxiety through media and constant negative news by creating crisis after crisis.
4. Distract people from their destinies by keeping them addicted to music, films, TV, iPhones, and news.
5. Spread tolerance for everything in the name of love when secretly spreading corruption and chaos.
6. Control the music industry and Hollywood.
7. Promote music, especially rock and hip-hop.
8. Promote spectator sports on national television, so much so people are addicted and have no time to question the world around them. For example, during the Super Bowl.
9. Promote sex outside marriage to spread STDs and emotional heartbreak.
10. Make everything upside down. Liars become the truthful ones, whilst the truth is hidden and called out to be lies.
11. Make the masses addicted to social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
12. Spread and sponsor conspiracy debunking channel creators and writers.
For the global economy, they want to: 1. Increase mass unemployment whilst appearing to be solving the problem.
2. Cause the world economy to collapse.
3. Promote cryptocurrency and go cashless.
4. Pave the way to a one currency regime.
5. Support banks and other institutions like the UN.
For the environment, they: 1. Pollute the air and rivers.
2. Control the weather, for example, cloud seeding.
3. When possible, cause seemingly natural disasters. Some people claim that this happened with the 2018 fire in Paradise, California.
In social welfare, they want to 1. Use weaker construction methods for buildings, clothes, etc., so that nothing lasts as it used to in the past. This way, more money is spent for upgrading or replacing material possessions.
2. Increase homelessness, creating desperation and causing people to commit crimes in order to survive.
3. Break down the family structure and the society. Keep people distracted with breakups and depression.
In the realm of technology, they want to 1. Promote the microchip implants for daily transactions, what the Christians are calling the mark of the beast, what Muslims call the Dajjal technology.
2. Make technology addictive to the masses, for example, iPhones, iPads, iPods, gaming consoles, etc.
3. Infiltrate major organizations like CERN and NASA from the inside.
4. Develop AI technology and promote immortality and transhumanism agenda.
In the field of medicine, they 1. Keep people addicted and reliant on prescription medications so that they don't go out and find real cures.
2. Prevent financing of cure research by claiming it not to be commercially viable.
3. Create new diseases to depopulate large areas around the world.
Their methods for infiltrating science include 1. Control science and spread scientism.
2. Control the majority of knowledge, especially knowledge of what is out there in the name of science.
3. Prevent the progression of science. They have secret technology that the masses do not know about.
4. Prevent the masses from knowing the truth about most space programs. For example, the secret space program.
In the education system, they want to 1. Control education curriculum and spread false information. There have been claims that the history taught in schools is inaccurate.
2. Spread communist agendas in education systems subconsciously.
3. Increase student loans so that when the students get out into the real world, they will always be ignorant debt slaves.
4. Take any remnants of religion out of the schools.
In the realm of religion, their methods are to 1. Destroy religion and get everyone to commit shirk, belief in false gods.
2. Promote the occult and black magic, numbing down the society to these evils so no one believes these things exist.
3. Subconsciously spread the Luciferian or Satanic doctrine.
4. Get everyone to worship anything other than the one true God.
These are the things that are going on behind the scenes by the Committee of 300. It all sounds crazy because we have all been programmed to think that everything is okay, that everything is great.
Ready to start the day. Here it is. Instructions to fit in, have everybody like you, and always be happy.
We mentioned before that the signs are in plain sight. A lot of the times they use art or comedy to numb us down to their ways. They want to rub it in our faces because they are very proud of their cult. So they will almost always, if you look closely, use symbolism and secret handshakes in their so-called art and comedy sketches.
As we know, the Committee of 300 have their bosses to answer to, the leaders of the 13 families who rule the world, which our next episode is going to focus on, so stay tuned. So then the leaders of the 13 families report to the devil himself. The elite know about God, the one true God, but they have chosen the dark side. They already know about the prophecies of the Antichrist and are planning for his arrival. The Christians call him the Beast or the Antichrist. We Muslims call him the Dajjal, the Deceiver, or Antichrist.
However, the Jews literally believed that the Dajjal will be Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. The Jews reject Jesus, peace be upon him, from the New Testament of the Bible and the Quran, and they believe he was an impostor. So they are still awaiting their king, which will be the Dajjal, because we know Jesus, peace be upon him, was not an impostor and he already came 2,000 years ago. The Dajjal cannot come until the stage is set for him. The stage, my brothers, my sisters, is being set and is almost complete as we live and breathe. Jerusalem is being set and will be center stage, but we will cover that in another episode. The Antichrist will be the king of the elite, the king of the Illuminati, deep state, shadow government, the order, whatever they call themselves. They have many names to try and confuse us, but it's all the same order.
We are told by our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that the Dajjal will have one eye. He will be able to see with his left eye, but his right eye will be completely blind and it will be protruding out and dried out like a grape. The believers will see the mark on his forehead, but a lot of people, including believers, will fall for him as he will come in the name of love.
The one-eye symbolism is everywhere. This is how they show where their allegiance lies. They are loyal to the devil because he gave them fame and power, something that the elite are desperate for. He has their souls in his hands, and they are all waiting for their king, the Dajjal. The only way out of the system is to go back to the source. The source is God. The source is Allah. They tell us what we need. They control us, and we don't even know it.
This is part 3 of the Dunya Deception, where we take a look at the 13 most powerful families on earth, the 13 bloodlines of the elite. Let's begin.
The Astor family. They are of Jewish origin. The original Astor, John Jacob Astor, was a Freemason. He made his millions from the fur trade and China's opium trade. He was in with the government, intelligence agencies, and banks. The Astor family donates money to the New York Public Library. Makes one wonder how much influence they have over the books there. Also, they own hotels like Hotel Astoria in New York. It has been claimed that the Astor family were one of the families that were involved in the spread of the evolution theory. The family were members of the American Museum of Natural History and the National Institute of Social Sciences. They are part of the Illuminati groups, such as the Round Table, Skull and Bones, and the Pilgrims. A very powerful member of the Astor family went down with the Titanic. The Astor family also influenced the spread of communism.
The Bundy family. The Bundy family are a family of lawyers. Most of us have heard about Ted Bundy, the serial killer. He said, the Force caused him to kill. The Force would just consume me.
The Force is strong with this one.
The Collins family. It has been said that the head of the throne, the head of the 13 bloodlines, is a woman. A very powerful Collins woman. They are a family of insurance executives. That's what they claim. But they have many secrets. They are involved in the occult and witchcraft, blood sacrifices. They control the CIA and FBI. A Collins was even one of the astronauts on Apollo 11 that went to the moon. And who knows what he saw up there on the moon? We'll dive into that on another episode of the Dunya Deception series.
The Dupont family. Satanists, occultists, a dynasty of kings. They are involved in satanic rituals, and as all the other elite families, they marry within the family to continue their royal bloodline. They made their empire by producing and selling weapons, a part of the depopulation agenda. The DuPonts helped develop the hydrogen bomb.
The Freeman family. They deemed themselves as the guards of the bloodline of Jesus, peace be upon him, the Priory of Zion, and the Knights Templars, who were known to be executed on Friday the 13th.
The Kennedy family. We've all heard of JFK. How much power would this family have if one of them was the leader of the free world? Their government influence runs deep, and the conspiracy of who killed JFK still continues.
The Li family, a Chinese family of royals. They are paving the way for the new world order. China has massive new empty villages with no one living there. It's like they are preparing for something. The Prime Minister of China is a communist. The Li family spread communism and enforce their laws. They want to wipe out religion all over the world, as do the other elite families.
The Onassis family. A man named Aristotle Socrates Onassis was once without a penny at the age of 21. All of a sudden, this man became a millionaire by the age of 23. The family owns a shipping company where they make their fortune. Aristotle's brother-in-law is a Bilderberg, an elitist Illuminati group.
The Russell family. All of the elite families take their secrecy seriously. They take oaths on the pain of death, and so do the Russells. They are part of the Watchtower Society, another I group. The founder of the group was a Russell. The family secretly served the NWO. They are members of the Masons, Fabians, Jehovah's Witnesses, Jesuits, and Mormons, all I groups.
The Van Dyne family. A Dutch family who are the least known and very secretive. A. Van Dyne owns the Planned Parenthood Federation of America. They deal with abortions, birth control, and sterilizations. Part of the agenda. Depopulation. Millions of dollars are being donated by the other elitist families to Planned Parenthood.
The Rockefeller family. We've all heard of the Rockefeller Center in New York City. It is interesting to know that their main floor for invite-only meetings are held on the 33rd floor. This powerful family owns several trusts and foundations. They provide for universities, news, TV, and Lucas Trust, a Luciferian organization. They also have control over Time magazine, one of New York's top-ranked magazine companies. The Rockefellers control Cadence Industries, who own the Marvel Comics. This is fitting for them as they all think that they are gods. They own over 100 homes, known to have hidden tunnels and secret rooms. They're in the refining oil business and own oil reserves, which of course makes a huge fortune.
The Rothschild family. A Jewish bloodline who made their fortune from banking and usury. A family of royals who only marry within the family to preserve their royal bloodline. Rothschild left money in his will for building projects in Jerusalem. There is a street named after him there. Does this not sound like paving the way for the Dajjal? The Rothschilds helped to pave the way to the nation of Israel by slowly and secretly dictating policies in Palestine for years since after World War I. They are a family of Satanists. Did you know that the Star of David was not the Jewish symbol until the Rothschilds started to use it? It is a hexagram and was part of the Seal of Solomon. And we know that Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, never practiced black magic. But outside Islam, Solomon is seen as a magician. And the Seal of Solomon was used by ancient magicians, witches, and druids in the past. The Rothschilds created Israel, and so Israel carries the symbol, which the innocent Jewish people, who are the majority, think that it is the symbol of their faith, when actually it has a darker past. There are accounts from ex-insiders of high-level satanic meetings attended by Rothschilds and other mother families. In these meetings, along with despicable rituals, great discussions carried on about what was prepared to happen in the near future. Things that had not gone according to plan were discussed. This quote lets us draw interesting conclusions. Firstly, that the families are actively trying to affect the world we live in. Secondly, that not everything goes to plan. Some people often say that everything is a conspiracy because a lot of the scary schemes that are being talked about don't seem to actually materialize. But in reality, there are bad, evil things being planned, but only the things that God allows to happen will happen. The Rothschilds have their hands in important treaties, banks, the US Federal Reserve, and British intelligence, MI5. It has been said that they control half of the wealth of the world. The whole world amounts to $1 to $2 quadrillion, and they have at their disposal $500 trillion.
We have come to the end. The 13th bloodline. The Merovingian family.
Everything begins with choice. No, wrong. Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without.
The elite believe that the Antichrist will be born from this family. According to them, they are the bloodline of Jesus, peace be upon him. Holy Grail, holy blood. This family goes back to ancient times, back to ancient Egypt and Babylon. They are of Jewish origin, and they believe their origin started at the house of King David, peace be upon him. The bloodline of David, peace be upon him, which is said to also be the bloodline of Jesus, peace be upon him. We are told by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that the Dajjal will rise from the east, and he will be born into a childless family, who have been praying for a child for many years, and finally they will be given a child. And this child will end up ruling the entire planet and leading a vast amount of people to their ultimate doom. When will this child
We'll dive into that on another episode. Maybe he's already here.
Maybe he is already here, waiting to be let loose to fill the world with a force so heavy that most of the people of the world will fall for his deception.
Subhanallah. Saya benar-benar nggak bisa lagi berkata-kata atau komen dengan cuplikan tadi. Ternyata jauh lebih mengerikan dari apa yang pernah saya pikir. Saya pernah beberapa sebelumnya ya Lur ya, mungkin sahabat-sahabat Takwa Channel tahu bahwa saat ini kita pernah mengalami pandemi, dan ternyata banyak orang mengatakan bahwa itu adalah salah satu yang memang sudah disetting, salah satu yang sudah memang direncanakan. Ya makanya banyak yang bicara bahwa itu pandemi. Nah, di sisi lain, perang itu yang memang mereka ciptakan untuk menambah kekayaan mereka dan mengkotak-kotakan orang agar tidak bersatu. Tapi ironisnya, kita memikirkan cuma satu. Anak cucu keturunan kita ke depan, apakah kuat menghadapi semua tipu daya yang mereka lakukan? Begitu dahsyatnya. Mereka sudah kuasai dunia dari mulai makanan, media, pendidikan, perusahaan bisnis, mata uang, hampir semuanya. Hingga mereka memiliki rencana untuk menghapus semua agama, bukan hanya Islam, tapi menghapus semua agama dan mengganti dengan satu agama yang mereka kehendaki. Dan Tuhannya adalah Dajjal. Kalau dalam agama Islam, mungkin dalam agama non-Muslim atau Kristen tadi disebutkan adalah the Antichrist. Nah, artinya ini memang ada rekayasa yang memang sudah dipelajari dan sudah dipersiapkan dari jauh-jauh hari. Ya memang semua ini tidak akan terjadi tanpa seizin Allah. Tapi ya itulah, memang terasa sekali bahwa segala sesuatunya sekarang ini memang sudah memang sangat kita rasakan. Dan kalau kita agama Islam disarankan oleh Rasulullah dan juga para nabi sebelumnya, ya mungkin ulama juga banyak mengatakan perkuatlah keimanan kita, salah satunya dengan rutin membaca atau menghafalkan surat Al-Kahfi. Nah, ini yang memang kelihatannya remeh. Kenapa harus surat Al-Kahfi? Ya karena mungkin Rasulullah tahu banyak dibandingkan kita. Ya, itulah begitu sangat mengerikan, sangat mengerikan. Saya sampai nggak bisa berkata-kata apa-apa lagi. Tapi memang ini semua yang disajikan sama mereka cuplikan ini yang masuk akal dan benar-benar sudah terjadi, bahkan sudah hampir klimaks. Wallahu alam, mereka bisa menampilkan Tuhan mereka yang Dajjal itu tadi kapan, tapi saya ya percaya Rasulullah mengatakan bahwa itu akan terjadi, dan wallahu alam bisawab ya, sepertinya sudah sangat dekat. Semoga saja kita semua dan keluarga kita tentunya senantiasa dilindungi oleh Allah Subhanahu wa taala, oleh Allah Azza wa Jalla dari segala macam bentuk tipu akhir zaman atau tipu daya Dajjal. Auzubillah min dzalik. Demikian yang bisa saya pasti share dan posting di video kali ini. Semoga bermanfaat dan menambah wawasan dan menjadikan kita untuk menjadi bahan waspada untuk menghadapi akhir zaman. Silahkan share sebanyak-banyaknya jika menurut Anda ini bermanfaat. Dan terima kasih menonton. Sampai jumpa kembali di postingan berikutnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.